7.6 magnitude earthquake hit Japan earlier, and the footage that's coming out right now looks unreal.
It's right here.
Look at that.
About to go through the clouds.
That does not look like a drone or a hot air balloon, because that would be too high in the sky.
She starts digging in her pants and then boom, pulls out a used pad and smashes it on the dude's face.
Man, what's good with the collective? Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up and subbing up. If you new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7, and this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I appreciate y'all. I love y'all Collective. If you're watching on TV, whatever the case is, I wish it was smooth 7. Might be a trigger warning or 2. I hope not. But I did see some of y'all comments and y'all like, bro, they put an age restriction on your last video, well, second to last video. I know. I tried to trim it out. They said whatever they told me was a problem. I tried to trim it. They still didn't remove it. They had to put an age restriction on it. Again, I told y'all, man, I don't know what to do. But just keep going at this point. But y'all let me know how y'all feeling today, man. I hope y'all good. I hope y'all having a smooth 7. I love y'all Collective. Y'all know what it is. Let's get straight to the video, man. Let's go.
Now, this video could be CGI, but what I find interesting is there has been so many sightings of giants and reptilians lately. Now, this video could be for laughs, but honestly, this is what they do. They put it in your face and mock you, because majority of people are not going to believe it, but they have been hiding in plain sight, blending in with society.
Well, I think it's finally safe to say. That guy you were on the train with was weird and smelled like beef tacos. He's right. Some of us are reptiles. That guy you went to that convenience store down in the south, he said, I swear to God, them reptiles is real, I seen them. He was also right. I'm here, baby. I ain't going nowhere.
Now, if that is a mask, if that is a costume, then that's one hell of a costume. Let me know what you think.
Facts. I remember that clip. I still think he real, though. Let me just say this. I asked y'all a question about is presidential selection a family business, and if all the presidents are considered reptiles or reptilians or draconians, does that make all of them, even the ones that's in there now, does that make all of them that?
A 7.6 magnitude earthquake hit Japan earlier, and the footage that's coming out right now looks unreal. The earthquake struck with no warning. Buildings shaking like paper, roads splitting open, alarms going off everywhere. You could literally see power lines snapping like wires on a guitar. Japan has some of the strongest earthquake engineering on the planet. But when you hit 7.4, 7.6, that's a whole different category. That's the kind of shit that rearranges cities. That's the type of quake that you feel in your bones. Mind you, immediately after this earthquake, the government issued a tsunami warning. Now, what's so crazy about that is, I just saw a video where a woman randomly predicted that there was going to be a tsunami.
Now, I am so confident that a tsunami is going to come that I'm fucking not going. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but it will probably be the biggest one that we have ever heard of. It could happen this month. It could happen before February. But trust and believe a tsunami is coming.
And then Japan issued that tsunami warning. Not a watch, not a possibility, a warning. People were told to move to higher ground and move now. Dylan Page, the TikTok influencer, is stuck in Japan right now. Look at this shit.
What the did you do? We go downstairs? Should we go outside? No, but like for seriously, like right now. What the we actually do? The building is moving. Okay, so turns out what we felt was real. This was not an exaggeration. An earthquake has just hit. They're saying 7.6 magnitude earthquake.
Mind you, he's usually on a regular posting schedule. He posted that video 6 hours ago. Hopefully everything is good with him.
I beg your finest freaking pardon? This thing is located in Joshua Tree, California, which is hilarious to me because I would have thought the gateway to hell would have been in Hollywood, California, or Washington, D.C., one of the two.
There's theories that LeBron hasn't retired yet just because they sacrifice all their players after. Oh. Yeah, and like that one is tricky, right? So I seen something where King James, like that's his nickname, right? Yeah. But there's a real King James, and when they won the championship in Cleveland on June 19th, that's when the real King James was born.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And yo, in the bubble, when they won a championship, after the day Kobe died and his daughter died, it was Father-Daughter Day.
On Father-Daughter Day.
Yes. And they won by 13 points. Kobe was the 13th pick in the draft.
Now, okay, who's making these days though?
I'm pretty sure they're just doing that on purpose to be like, haha, fuck you. They'll never understand what we're doing behind the scenes. Like, your favorite game is all planned. You know what I mean? You would never know because Kobe's the 13th pick, like that. They just throw that in.
Yeah.
Is it a reach? We all with them.
So for those of you that are non-believers in UFOs, this next video might just change the way you think. So a couple of guys were in Medellin, Colombia, when they spotted something flying in the sky. They took out their phones, they zoomed in, and they could not believe what they captured with their own two eyes. A UFO spinning in the sky. This might be the clearest video of a UFO ever captured. If you haven't seen the video, take a look at this. Take a look at this. Watch when they zoom in.
Where is it at?
Bro, they gonna say this shit.
It's right here. It's right here.
Look at that.
About to go through the clouds.
That does not look like a drone or a hot air balloon because that would be too high in the sky. It's not even shaped like one. Look at this.
We found a UFO. That is a UFO.
What does that look like to you? This is just insane. Look at this.
It's like a diamond shape.
I freeze framed it and zoomed in as best as I could. What does that look like to you? And keep this in the back of your mind. The area in Medellin where they are has very high terrain, including mountains, and aircraft is not normally seen in these areas. So what the heck was this going around in circles? And the video has been shown to state and local officials. They had no comment other to say that they are just checking out the video and reviewing it to come to some sort of conclusion. So you know what that means, right? So once again, do you think this is coincidental to 3i Atlas and all the other unidentified flying objects that have been seen in Latin America and even North America? So if this does turn out to be a real UFO, Someone's got a lot of explaining to do and a lot of questions need to be answered. Let me know your thoughts in the comments as to what you think that is. And as always, I'd love to hear from you.
Same person who gonna let the government off for being demons is gonna call an alien a demon.
Yeah, I'm telling y'all right now that something is up with this so-called moon or whatever it is. Because look at the skies of Oakland, California the other night, y'all. Because why are these animals are reacting to the so-called moon or this second sun? And it's not just the crows, y'all, but everybody is saying that the animals are acting off. I made a video. Everyone was recording what was going on with these crows. I don't know if they are reacting to the energy of the moon or the second sun. But like I said, y'all, so many people have been saying that the animals are acting strange. And now look at these crows. Look at the moon. So do y'all believe because this thing is a lot closer that it's playing on the frequencies of animals and people? Because this moon being a lot closer makes sense as to why animals and both humans alike have been acting and feeling strange, because the moon controls the waters, the internal waters within us. And because we are ruled by our emotions, this explains the reason why everything has been up and down lately. You're feeling amazing and then you hit a low point, like, and then don't forget they told us that we have another moon in our atmosphere now, and then it's gonna be here until like the 2050s. Like, bro, we didn't learn any of this when we were younger. We were told we had one moon and one sun. And then somewhere in the mix, they talk about Planet X or Planet 9, and then after that, we never heard about it again. Hold on, Planet X, hold on. Could this be what they mean when they talk about Planet X? You see how the flares make the X, right? And then you see the huge orb, you see all the beautiful Mardi Gras colors. Y'all see that, right? The purple, the teal, and all this type of stuff. Is this what they talking about? Look at that, X. X. But there's a huge orb always in the background. You see what I'm saying? X. Y'all see that? And then again, the huge orb. X again. And then there you go with the huge orb behind it. I don't know what's going on, y'all, but they are trying to hide something, because look at this picture. Why does it look like a whole nother world back there? I mean, look at the detail of the so-called clouds, right? Look at this, y'all. What are they hiding? This picture right here just blows my mind. Look at the detail. Just look at the detail. But let me know down in the comments below, y'all. The animals are, everybody's feeling it, y'all. Not everybody. The shift is here, y'all. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.
Voy a bajarme aquí. Mira, we're out in the mountains. Here we have a shrine, Santa Muerte shrine. This is crazy. Look at this. ¿Es de mala suerte?
Damn, in the middle of nowhere though? Whoa.
About the toxic fog 11 million people are underneath of right now in the Central Valley of California, which, by the way, is like the breadbasket of the United States. People are reporting respiratory problems, they're coughing, it's mysterious, it's not going away, nobody knows what it is. They're calling it a Tule cloud, T-U-L-E. Apparently it's some sort of natural phenomenon, but many people living there have never seen anything like this. We're talking, is this something that was released? I'm not saying it is, but I know that if you look up what happened in St. Louis, Missouri, at the beginning of the 1900s, they did spray something on them to test something. I'm not going to tell you what, I don't want to get in trouble, but look it up. There was a government operation, they did something. They were testing something. What the heck is this freaking fog, dude? And does this have anything to do with the fog that blanketed so much of the world last year that people were wondering, they were coughing. People were coughing. Usually the sun dissipates fog. Apparently at Thanksgiving, at the beginning of Thanksgiving, is when this all started to change. When a fog rolled in and wouldn't leave. Now, does this, there's movies that have shown like The Fog. Okay, you remember The Fog? Horror movie. Fog transforms people's brains, they go all crazy. What the Sam damn is going on, dude? And some people are postulating there's something very sinister in this fog. And I had friends in South America who were talking about how every single day they lived there for 90 days. And I'm talking foggy every morning, and then the sun would come out, and within half an hour, all the mist dissipates. How is this fog hanging around? This is not normal fog. Something strange is going on, and I'm not buying the official story of it's a weather phenomenon, the rain mixed in, and it's this strange, it's a rare occurrence, but it is natural.
I just realized this is like the perfect place to come and sit and smoke. Because look at this. Sit right here. Hell yeah. This is my view. Y'all. A cigarette right now. I don't even smoke cigarettes. But it warm you up, you know? I'm fucking cold. Felt like there was somebody behind me, but so this is as close as I'm going to get, but y'all can see it's like angled and it goes into the mountain. It doesn't look like it, but it's a little bit more deeper here. My feet would get wet, and these shoes, yeah, no, and it's cold. But yeah, I'm about to head out of here because my feelings been I don't know, it don't feel right now. But yeah, I don't have service. No, this is the worst part about exploring here is when you get like that when you get the feeling that you're being watched or followed. You can't, it's a little bit of a ways to get back to where you came from over there.
So I came across another video on this app where a person said that they got a message from God, but this time it says the world is going to end by flood. But the individual that got the message and is relaying it to us is not who you would expect. Take a look at this video.
Well, so what were you just telling me though? Oh yeah. There's gonna be a tsunami and like flood, but they call it the flood 2.0. And like there's gonna be a wave and like there's gonna be a tsunami and like a flood. Yeah. And then the like tsunami's gonna be 800 meters in the air.
And after those comments by that little guy that you just saw in that video, his mother made a post, and this is what she had to say about her son.
I keep telling y'all that my 4-year-old freaks me out. And this morning, whenever I was taking him to his babysitters, he's just rambling in the back seat, and out of nowhere, he starts talking about how we have to get a very big boat because his words, these are his words, the oceans are going to pull very, very back. And then there's going to be a great tsunami. And then he said that there will be a flood, the flood 2.0. And I was like, well, don't you think with us living in Kentucky that we're pretty, we're pretty far inland, that we wouldn't have to worry about a tsunami? And he was like, did you not hear me? The world is going to flood.
Now, if you go back a couple of videos on my page, you'll see I talked about Ebo Noah. Ebo Noah is a guy that built arks very similar to Noah's Ark. And he said the purpose why he was building these arks was to save as many people as possible before the world comes to an end. And don't forget, his claims are also the same, that on the day of Christmas, December 25th, 2025, there's going to be a big flood. And as I say in all my videos, please take this as entertainment. This is entertainment purposes only. Why? Because none of this stuff has been confirmed by any state or local officials. But you have to think about this. How coincidental is it that this little boy is saying the exact same things as Ebo Noah? Think about that. Now, whether you believe this or not, that's totally up to you. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. And as always, I'd love to hear from you.
Why does that piss so many people off in the comments when they hear people say that?
Whoever believes that UFOs are fake, then you haven't seen this video. So these guys were in Medellin, Colombia when they spotted a UFO. And the footage that they got of the UFO might just be the best footage that anybody's gotten to this day. Because you know, usually when you see UFO footage, it's blurry. You can't see what's going on. But this shit right here, yeah, this shit right here show you everything. Look at this shit. People were outside minding their business when they looked up and seen this thing hovering in the sky. That's not a drone. That's not a plane. That's a UFO right there. Look at that shit right there.
Look at this. We found a UFO.
You tell me what you think that is.
UFO.
Tell me what you think that is.
Is that? It's like a diamond shape.
You could clearly hear panic, confusion. Mind you, Medellin is surrounded by mountains. This thing was hovering in place where normal aircrafts don't fly. What's crazier is Columbia Air Force didn't immediately deny it. They're saying that they're reviewing the footage. Whenever the government says that, it usually means they don't know what the hell it is either. Look at the pattern. Let's go back to what the Pentagon said. Let's go back to 3-Eye Atlas. Then I want you to go down a rabbit hole. Check out Mexico. Check out Brazil. Check out Peru. And now, check out Colombia. The sightings are mapping up along the same regions, the same corridor, almost like something is mapping out Latin America and North America. And the part people never want to speak on is the fact that the higher-ups always say they had contacted and have been in contact with these beings. Who's in a UFO? I'm out.
Maybe that's why Kanye is like that. So Kanye was born to Ray West. Ray West was born to James Frederick and Fannie B. West. James, Kanye's grandfather, served in World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. James was born to Virgil West, Kanye West's great-grandfather. Virgil West is the son of Handy West, who was born free in Maryland. But not only that, Kanye West's third great-grandfather, Peter West, Handy's father, was also free. Maryland actually had the most free people of color of any state during this time. So when Kanye is acting like this...
After I was freed, I came north to take advantage of the opportunities that came with emancipation.
Oh. I see.
Unlike Arthur, the Kirkland family don't have a history of enslavement.
Our family has lived in Rhode Island for 5 generations. My great-great-grandfather fought in the American Revolutionary War. He was a proud freeman and a patriot.
Elizabeth directly ties her background to freedom. And so there's this narrative about Americanness. For her, it gives a sense of status that separates her from people like the Scots.
It's in his blood, y'all. And don't they have the same eyes? Damn, he went deep. If somebody do that, man...
Olha isso, tá comendo frango da macumba. Que bicho é esse? Meu Deus, a língua dele. Olha, olha! Vai embora, pisa! Tô acelerando, tô acelerando.
Breaking news, a man named Noah in Ghana is building an Ark of Doom because he says the world will end in a few weeks. He says God told him in a dream that starting on December 25th, the things written in the Bible will happen again and a big flood will cover the world. To save people, he is building huge boats. Noah, who lives in a small community in Ghana, says he spent months using special wood to build them. He says the wood is not normal. Every piece was prayed over and chosen with God's instructions. So far, he has built 8 arks using 250,000 wooden boards. He claims one ark can hold 6 million people. He calls himself Igbo Noah and says people from anywhere in the world can join him as long as they make a promise to follow God. Online, people are divided. Some admire his faith. Others laugh at him and say he is crazy. He now has 200,000 followers on TikTok, and he says he will not stop. Noah believes his mission is to save as many lives as possible before the rain begins. He is inviting anyone who believes him to help build more arks and get ready for the flood. Are we all meeting in Ghana this Christmas?
Okay, I want to ask one question. Why, when someone says something about the Bible that's not correct, or why when someone quotes the Bible and that quote's not correct, or if somebody takes something from the Bible and then they say that they think this is what's going to happen, why do some people get so irritated and mad at that individual for speaking their opinion on what they interpreted from the Bible? Because I've seen comments, people saying God said he'll never flood the world again. He said he will never do it. Now, correct. But why does that make you so mad at someone else for their opinion? You can't control their mindset. You can't control their opinion. You can't control them. So do you see what I'm getting at? We hate to be controlled. We hate to be told what to do and how to do it. But yet again, when it comes to something that we hold dearly to us, a belief system, we forget about what we didn't like done to us and we do it to others. Why do we do that? I'm not saying what you're doing is, I'm not saying your feelings aren't valid. I'm saying let's reassess and look at how we're going about certain things together. Because if we don't do this shit, who gonna do it? Who gonna do it? If we don't do it, how the world ever gonna see change? You see what I mean? If we don't ever hold ourselves accountable for none of our actions, then the world just gonna continue to hurt each other. So y'all let me know your thoughts, man. I'm just asking. I'm just asking. I'm not telling you what to do or how to think.
It's too much. It's like I went with this one guy and he just like he looked like a lizard.
No.
I was so scared. He was saying this every time. I was like, oh my god.
No.
Holy shit, he looks just like a lizard. It was really bad. So you just left? Wow. Immediately.
What are you talking about, Brittany? That's not true. And you shouldn't be saying things like that. That's why when you said that, everybody laughed. You know why they laughed? Because it's a joke. Stop playing with me, son. This video is for entertainment purposes. I don't know what the hell Britney Spears is talking about, but she's making up things, talking about she's seen something she never seen. Shut up! She probably didn't get no sleep, guys. She was touring the country. Whole bunch of shows, whole bunch of interviews, whole bunch of studio sessions. She didn't have no time to relax. So then she starts saying things that's not true. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game on. You guys even know what time is it. Shut up! That was the real Britney Spears. That's what people are saying. I don't know why they say that because there's only one Britney Spears. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game on. You guys even know what's going on in these streets. Shut up! Don't say that. There's only humans, animals, and insects. Anything else you talk about doesn't exist. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game on. You guys even know what time is it. But I'll tell you one thing. If I ever see Britney Spears and she tells me that she's seen somebody that look like that, let me know where they at. I got it.
Water shows you what they meant by as above, so below. This is the spiritual universe, and this is the material. Everything you see in the spiritual universe manifests directly down here, but it's distorted because, boom, different types of distortions in your ego, from culture, from your upbringing, basically your indoctrination. All these things distort the water. And so even though it's a perfect reflection, it will always be distorted. That's why the Buddhists want you to calm the waters. And yeah, there's a duck.
I didn't know you could become rich overnight from being rich. I'm talking about $250,000 richer. Don't look at me like that. I didn't know either, fool. But this lady must knew something that we didn't, because she got fired from Cinnabon for being, and now she made over $250,000 on a GoFundMe. Yes, her. She literally said, and she called them the N-words. This was in Wisconsin. I know she only raised $132,000 right now, but this was in a couple days, and this is her goal. I know she's going to hit that 100%, and maybe even more. But it's just wild to me, all because she decided to be.
When people ask me, what is it like living in Oakland, California? This is the video I show them. This is what it's like. All day, every day. This is
why y'all need to stop pranking people, because oh my f***ing god. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, there is a creator that goes by the name of Giddy Lefty that was doing an interview prank where they turn around and throw balloons at people. Well, this time one of the pranks backfired horribly. Because in the video, all you see is this woman walking by, and next thing you know, she gets hit with 3 balloons. Well, next thing you know, she starts turning around, and they're not even fully turned around yet, and she catches them, and she is furious. And when I mean furious, it was to a level that I don't think I've ever seen anybody at. Because she starts walking back to them, and next thing you know, she starts digging in her pants. And then boom, pulls out a used pad and smashes it on the dude's face. And yes, it was that time of month. And the scream that he let out was absolutely necessary. Because if that ever happens to you, you need to just delete life itself. Because there is absolutely no recovering from that. And I promise you, I would have never uploaded that shit. So if you haven't seen this, go look it up. If you have seen it, let me know your thoughts in the comments.
I thought she was reaching in the bag in her pants to grab a strap.
Y'all, what in the hell is this? I said hell because it looked like something from hell. Look closely, y'all. It looked like bodies on it, right? This joint look like something straight out of Stranger Things. And this is in California, y'all. California, in the desert. This look like the gateway to hell. I think they say this is in Joshua Tree in California. Correct me if I'm wrong. But this is a place I wouldn't want to be. I wouldn't want to be nowhere near this joint right here. I rebuke. Now, people that's around that area said they don't know when or how that got there. So my question is, do anybody know when and how that got there? And if an artist took his time to make this and build it over here and install it, you're weird.
I don't know if I would be getting even close to it, be honest.
Hey everyone, tonight I want to talk to all the parents out there that have their kids stay home by themselves or with a babysitter. Please listen to this danger. Parents, if you can, inform your kids that if someone, no matter how frantic they might be, pounding on the door, even if they so much as state that, hey, you guys need to come out here, I got your parents out here, they're hurt, they are to not come outside that door or open the door for anybody. And if that does happen, make sure that they just call 911. Because even if your kids, assume that you might be hurt, 911 is still going to help out. So just make sure you tell your kids not to answer the front door or to just call 911 as well. And the reason I'm stating this is because up in Michigan there was a story of a middle-aged man where it was a couple days ago where he came up to the front door, starts pounding on the front door, telling the kids, demanding to them that, hey, you need to come out here, your parents are hurt and you guys need to come out here and take a look at this, they're hurt real bad. He does that over and over and over. Well, anyway, there was a babysitter there, babysitter calls 911, and that's how this man was placed under arrest. So parents, inform your kids to not answer the front door and call 911 if something like this happens to them. So y'all take care and keep your kids safe.
Yeah, we had a rule. Don't open unless somebody called and said they coming.
Everybody's scared. So many people just pulled up on that little girl. I'm so happy y'all see her.
Thank you, baby. God gonna bless you too.
I'm so happy y'all see her. But her so cold, man. What daughter is this, bro? Whoever daughter this is, y'all let y'all daughter walk out here with no hat, no shoes. Thank God I seen her. Some sick ass people out here. Thank God I seen this little girl, bro. This shit got me so mad and angry. This shit got me so mad and angry, bro. Nigga got this little precious little girl just out here walking by herself, bro. I ain't want to put her in my truck, bro. So I got out and walked with her, made sure she got to where she going. Bro, motherfuckers got this little girl out here just walking, bro. Crazy, bro. This sick ass motherfuckers out here and people don't care. Oh, I'm so happy I seen this little girl. Bro, I'd have felt so bad she would have ended up on the news. I don't play about kids, man. Bro, I just seen her walking, bro. She said she go to this school. I'm trying to make sure she go to this school. I already called the police. I'm gonna sit here and make sure because if she not, I'm going to the police go.
Yeah, I got you. Baby girl, who's the teacher? Miss Alexander? Okay, go on up there.
That's the teacher here?
Yeah, that's her teacher here.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to tell the person about that.
Yeah, man, because whoever her is, that's up, bro.
Okay.
Look, I just seen her walking. I don't know what. I'm trying to make sure she is through here.
Okay. Yeah, she is.
She is? Y'all know her?
Yeah.
All right,
Okay,
appreciate
thank you,
it.
baby.
She probably scared because she was walking for about 10 blocks.
Where's your sister?
She probably scared. So many people just pulled up on that little girl. I'm so happy I seen her.
Thank you, baby. God gonna bless you too.
I'm so happy I seen her.
Yes. Thank you. You safe now, okay? Your sister here with you?
Damn, that's crazy, man. I didn't want to put her in my truck because I didn't look like I was trying to do. Damn, dog. Damn, that shit just hurt me, bro.
Can somebody please tell me what is wrong with Tyra Banks, bruh? I have not seen Tyra Banks since the movie Life Size. Don't think I'm lying. I'm telling you, I ain't been keeping up with her. But this recent video of her having a manic episode, like, it don't sit right with my spirit. Why are all our childhood stars that we watched growing up looking like they, you know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. Like, do they be fighting demons like that? Like, what kind of contract do these people be signing? I mean, have y'all seen Randy Jackson from American Idol? If you ain't seen Randy Jackson, go look at Randy Jackson. Even Lil Wayne, like, none of our childhood stars look normal. They all look rugged up, possessed. Everybody loved Tyra Banks when we was younger, bro. I mean, was we just kids and not able to see this, bro? I don't care what none of y'all say. I don't want to be famous like that because all the famous people, when they get to a certain age, they all look rugged up, thrown away, fighting demons, and can't get it together, bro. What's money when you ain't got your sanity? You get what I'm saying? What's money when you ain't got your soul? And that's real, bro.
Reptilian resistance. One of the biggest advantages the reptilian race and the cult have over us is the ability to use illusion while being hidden in a different dimensional frequency. You need to ask yourself how effective would they be if this veil of illusion was lifted. As we enter these higher dimensional frequencies, people are reporting on seeing and being visited by extra-dimensional beings in geometric shapes in the form of light. I'm one of them. These higher frequencies are giving humans the ability of clear seeing, clear knowing, and clairvoyance, etc. These new energies are creating a faster way of clearing negative energies, which is raising our consciousness, which means everything that you have unresolved will surface to be dealt with. For all of you paying attention, there has been a gradual unfolding of disclosure of the truth of who is here and why. These higher energies are exponentially accelerating the mass awakening of the human race unlike anything before. This awakening has also been triggered by the dark forces, due to their realization that we are uncovering the secrets of their tricks. Humanity is waking up to the illusion these dark forces are using in the form of frequency fences and grids to keep us in a low vibratory existence. This low vibrational frequency mixed with GMO food, chemtrails, pharmaceuticals, programming and chemically tainted water, etc., have given them control over our thoughts and physical bodies. Many humans are now breaking the hypnotic veil of this reptilian program. It really only takes a small number of light beings / workers to make a major difference on this planet. We are seeing major panic with these dark beings, because we now have the ability to see them due to the effects of these higher frequencies. We not only have the ability to see them, but we now have insight on what they've done to us our entire existence. Having the ability to see them is not to be taken lightly. This ability could have you opening a whole new can of worms, if you are not prepared for seeing different forms of beings and you're holding onto fear, you might be psychologically affected. The moment you are in fear makes you susceptible to low vibratory attacks, which can lead you back to a veiled lower vibrational field.
Who believes in reptilians and who doesn't, and why?
I hate saying it this way, but like, who's going to win? Like the Draco agenda or the Palladian agenda? How do you see that playing out with humanity and our own frequency as we transition to 4D?
Yes, I certainly believe, and then again, it's to me, it's common sense, because the Palladians will win, simply because they do exist, because we still survive, and we still evolve.
Oh, okay.
So if they do exist in the future and we are the ancestors, it is clear to me that, of course, humanity will survive. And the Dracos might still do their own thing, but it doesn't mean that they will win whatever they decide to do. So I don't believe that planet Earth will become theirs. I don't believe that they will win over that. I think that as the evolutionary process happens, it will also shift their own frequency. They're not aware of that, but the frequency of the planet Earth will also modify their own.
The Dracos?
Yes, of course. It will change everybody's frequency. This is part of who the Palladians are today as well. Right?
So they're trying to almost help the Draco in some sense.
It will help everybody, not just us. So everybody will benefit from it, because we'll have a much different understanding of who they are. And why do you think that in the future, for example, like we talked about this, that the Galactic Alliance had the Draco on board?
That's right. And they broke away.
Exactly. Right?
Yeah.
So at some point in time, they had this frequency, check, and they got these downloads, and they became more superior, but also more ethical.
Sure.
So they became part of the Galactic Alliance through that process.
They de-evolved, or they just, their frequency changed?
No, what happened was they became more greedy, and for some reason, something happened down the line. Like, I'm talking about the future here.
Yeah.
When they separated from the Galactic Alliance, is because they decided to change this timeline on Earth.
Okay.
Without telling the Galactic Alliance.
Oh, they broke protocol.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's when it first started. And so they decided to change their own DNA and come back to Earth as well, because that's where they came from.
Wow. Okay.
Right?
Wow.
This is a very deep conversation here, because
I love it.
It's very complex, and it branches out to so many other races and agendas that nobody even thought about.
Well, our audience is ready for this. They can take it.
Okay.
This is mind blowing. We have the Draco agenda. We have the Palladian agenda. What's next? Like, what's going to happen next with these two competing agendas? What are we going to see?
Well, in my eyes, it's leading to the same outcome. Because, like we talked about, if the Palladians have their own agenda trying to raise humanity's consciousness to the next level, the Dracos don't so much care about that today.
Yeah.
But with cosmic events, they will be directly impacted by that too. So therefore, their own consciousness will also change and be modified in a positive way. And then none of the agendas will no longer matter once we go to the next level and go into the 4D and 5D. So, they somehow believe that today they have to take over humanity, for example, and take over planet Earth because they believe it's theirs. But none of this will matter after the cosmic events.
Okay.
Because they will simply just embrace whatever comes, and it will become like a shift in their own consciousness.
Right.
Same as the Palladians are working towards that today, and they feel that it's not conflicting. So that's why they are not alarmed by what's going on.
But besides the cosmic events that can shift our frequency, like what can people do today? What practices or their own protocols can they initiate to help the transition?
Yes. I think most people already do meditations and these sort of things, which is kind of standard. But what is very important is to accept timelines, like the right timeline for yourself. Because if you believe that in positivity and you stay in that mindset of being positive, regardless of what I'm talking about today and about the agendas and these sort of things, if people believe that they can prevent or stop a potential war, for example, then those events will occur. But you truly have to believe that this is reality, that this is it. You can't stay away from having doubts. If you have doubts, whatever meditations protocols you have don't work. You need to be certain. That's the only way moving forward, is to be certain of whatever you know, whatever you believe in is there, and regardless of what other people talk about. So this will create a shift in consciousness.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
That's the only one way. There's no other way.
Okay, this has been a theme in Cosmic lately about belief, and your own belief will lead to positive adjustments.
Yes.
Now, there's this old adage about like you don't fight the old. It's something terrible. You don't fight it. You just concentrate on like building the new.
Yes.
I say that because like how we go forward, should we be fighting against these reptilian agendas, or should we be more focused on our own personal development and moving forward at a higher vibration?
Yeah, I think it's both.
Okay.
There's you know, a survival you know, trigger there. Like the humanity, let's say, if they are faced with an alien agenda that is negative or seems negative, you know, to us at the beginning, we will obviously automatically defend ourselves.
Yeah.
That's what we do, because we don't really think of anything else. That's the only survival instinct that we have. However, if we truly believe that this reality doesn't have to happen, then we could modify it before it happens. And starting today, we could do that today. Changing the timeline so those events will never happen. There will be a shift in the timeline that things could get delayed. I'm talking about earthquakes. Anything that could potentially happen, we could delay things simply by thinking it.
Even hardcore physical
earthquakes.
Events.
Everything in the universe can be impacted through the thoughts process. Consciousness.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Wow, Sebastian, that's really.
I gotta talk quick because we're packing. I got food on the stove. I got a baby looking for me. But we've had an eventful day already today. It is not even halfway through the day, but we've already had solar flares hitting the earth. We've had a 7.0 earthquake in Alaska, and we've had a volcanic eruption in Hawaii, the 38th volcanic eruption since last December, apparently. Well, you guys, you Californians who've been telling me, oh, you know, we can't live our life in fear. We can't spend all the time being in panic mode. Are you panicked yet? Do you think maybe now might be a good time to drop all that and at least get yourself prepared? At least make a plan. I mean, don't be like the dodo bird and just let evolution come and whap you upside the head. They do say survival of the fittest, but come on, you guys. Now, this 7.0 earthquake in Alaska was followed by a swarm of earthquakes, okay? It's getting closer, you guys. It's getting closer. Be prepared. And yes, you see that behind me? Yeah, we're getting packed up because we're getting the heck up out of here.
You know, like I said before, how other places might have to deal with tsunamis, monsoons, hurricanes, tornadoes on a yearly basis, I think us Californians deal with that shit like that too. But we just don't care. We ain't worried about it. We not. When it happens, it happens. However it's designed for us to go out, we gonna go out, bro. That's how it is. Some people might be scared of it, but if you come to California and you be like, just walk through the streets, a crowded street, and just be like, who believes in the San Andreas fault line? Who believes in a big earthquake? Everybody be like, bro, shut up. Move. Go the other way. That's how the environment is here in California. Ain't nobody worried about that. When it happens, it happens. What's gonna be is gonna be. Whether you leave and you get up out of here and the earthquake happens, you still gotta worry about some more other shit out here. Every day you take a chance. It's what my grandma used to always say. Why live in fear? Why live in fear of what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen is gonna happen. It's already written. You just gotta live your life. And don't live it in fear. Take a chance every day. Take a chance walking across the street. Take a chance leaving your house. Take a chance the moment you open your eyes. No minute, no second, no hour, no days are guaranteed. Once you look at life like that, you really ain't really in fear of shit, if you being honest. Because it's more so like, bro, you taking a risk every moment you decide to continue to live. You never know when it's going to be the last time. You don't. You really don't. I mean, that's why I grind so hard, because I don't know when it's going to be the last time. But I ain't worried about no big one. I'm not. And when it happens, it happens. I know God got us. I trust God, bro. Straight up. Some people say they do, but then they worried about what's going to happen next. I'm just like, you know what? I trust God, man. Whatever comes, comes. I'm going to be all right. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts. But don't think I don't want to leave Cali, though.
So scientists confirm that your dreams might be real moments happening in another reality. Like not imagination, like reality. So when you dreamed about that mansion, 0 bills, that was real somewhere. They're basically saying that when your brain goes lucid, you're not dreaming anymore. You're tuning into another version of your life. So every time I was rich, fought demons, flown, and talked to people that don't exist here, it actually happened. Just not in this timeline. If you go down that rabbit hole on TikTok, you'll see people trying to switch reality. Whole tutorials, candle rituals and all. And people laughed at that shit. Well, apparently they're on to something. These scientists are working on making hardware that one day we could replay our dreams. I'm talking VR simulation type shit. Now think about this. If that rollout happens, the darkest parts of your subconscious might be public. Maybe dreams aren't fake. Maybe reality is. Because if my mind can leave this world every single night, who said this one is the real one? Y'all gotta think about this shit. I made a video about dreams before. And I'm always questioning, how do things like this happen in dreams? Where do we go? How do we get there? And then how do we come back into this reality right here? Well, apparently I've been asking the right questions. Pay attention.
5 Points was Denver, Colorado's first predominantly black neighborhood. What was once a community of white elite, by the 1920s was home to at least 90% of Denver's African American population. It served as a crucial economic foundation for the black community, and up until the 1960s, it was known as the Harlem of the West for its vibrant jazz scene. Famous artists and musicians came to 5 Points to perform. There were dozens of bars and clubs that contributed to its social success, along with hotels, restaurants, and other businesses. Barbershops and beauty shops were also a significant part of 5 Points' culture and economy. Another important part of the community's culture was its spirituality and churches. One of them, Zion Baptist Church, is the oldest African American church in the Rocky Mountain West. That church hosted the first school for Black American children in Colorado Territory. It's also where the first meeting for Denver's NAACP chapter was held. Okay, y'all, I gotta interject my thoughts here. And while they are historically accurate thoughts, they're also in response to a couple of comments that I got that said that Black people have segregated themselves and that they have been historically racist against white people. First of all, Jim Bob Adolf, read a friggin' history book. They had to create their own communities. Secondly, when I say predominantly Black American neighborhoods, that is exactly what it means. Unlike white communities at the time, who literally chased Black folks out, or hurt them, or burned down their homes, Black neighborhoods, every single one that I know of personally, had other people there. Other ethnicities, other races, other cultures. Immigrants mostly, white ones included. Also, poor white Americans. In this particular instance with 5 Points, there were many Japanese Americans, also looking for a safe haven away from crazy-ass white people during World War II. And the Black community welcomed them. So if your very loud, very wrong opinion is that they segregated themselves by choice, shut the f up. Until 1959, 5 Points had about 30,000 residents. The neighborhood's slow decline is a story that we've heard over and over again. Redlining, gentrification, urban renewal projects. 5 Points does still exist and has undergone restoration developments to preserve its history, including the Zion Baptist Church. It's now a diverse, multi-ethnic community that is revered by Denver residents.
Starting December 16th, Meta will begin reading your DMs. Every message, photo, and voice note fed into AI for profit. Let's look at this video, and then we're going to get more into it, guys. We're going to get more into it.
Starting December 16th, Meta will start reading your DMs. every conversation, every photo, every voice message fed into AI and used for profit. So here's how to stop it. Now, they make this intentionally difficult on purpose, and you can only do this on desktop. You cannot do this from the mobile app. So first, you're going to visit privacycenter.instagram.com, and it's going to take you to this page here. And what you want to do is you click on Other Policies and Articles, and you'll see where it says How Meta Uses Information for Generative AI Models and Features. Click here. And the third option is Privacy and Generative AI. You open this, scroll to the bottom, and you'll see it says, whether you use Meta products or not, anyone can submit requests related to their personal information from third parties being used to develop and improve AI at Meta. You click on Learn More and Submit Requests here. And this is the form that you want to submit. So you click this, fill out this information here, and send this, and this is how you submit to opt out of Meta using your information to improve their AI services.
But that's not it, guys. That's not it. Let me just see if there's anything else right here. Yeah, actually, I'll read this because I just want you to understand how serious this is. Meta is rolling out a new policy that lets them use your private conversation to train their AI unless you manually opt out, which he just showed you how. That means every DM you've ever sent, not just going forward, but your whole history. Every photo, every voice memo, every private chat with friends, family, partners, clients, even messages people send to you. All of it can be fed into their AI models. And yes, they made the opt-out process intentionally confusing and desktop only, so most people won't do it. This video explains exactly how to stop it. If you don't do this, Meta can legally use every private thing you've ever sent to train their AI, starting December 16th. This is not a drill. Will you trust Meta with your private DMs? Now let's take a look at this one because it's not just them, guys. No. Good morning and happy Monday. That's when she posted it on today. If you have a Gmail account, now is the time to check your settings. AI may be reading all of your emails. What did I tell you? I told you what's coming with AI. I told you this is a global domination. There is no place on earth they want you to be able to hide.
If you have a Gmail account, you're going to want to listen up.
Man, quit playing with us, fuck. It's like we done forgot what copper was. Come on, man. I see pale faces on here putting pennies to their face with a little filter talking about, oh, I'm copper, and they try to prove they indigenous and tell us where we come from. Who is y'all to tell us where we come from? If we're from there, then take us back. Tell them to take us back. Why ain't they grabbed none of my people yet and took us to where y'all say we came from? If we're nothing but Africans that came on boats and we were shitting and pissing on each other and we're descendants of slaves and people that was chained up and nothing else, prove it. Why when we leave the country, everybody look at us and want to take pictures and then they seem mesmerized because what do they know about us that we don't? So many ethnicities in America made us feel so down about ourselves, folks. And y'all time is coming. Our copper gonna keep shining. Our bronze is gonna keep shining. Our gold and our melanin is gonna keep shining, as you can see. As you can see, everybody going around screaming, oh, I'm black to be black, black, I'm proud to be black, 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 black. Nah, you're copper, you're bronze, you're golden, deeply melanated. You ever wonder, damn, why every single nationality in America try to make me feel down about my race and say we got no culture because they want your land? You know every single country's in on this big secret that you don't come from America? You know how powerful you really is? Man, this shit gets so sad and emotional when you think about it, bro, because you don't really know what they did to us, bro. You don't really know what they did to us. If we really came from these boats and these slaves, show us the pictures of the boats. No AI, no color books, no none of that, bro. Show me these pictures and show me these names. Show my people this proof. We need the proof. We haven't seen no proof yet, but I do have pictures of people coming over here to take over this land. And if you want to debate about it, we could debate. I have multiple pictures of your people coming over here to take over our land, but there's no pictures of us. But it's cool. Keep showing how much y'all hate us. We love to see it. The sun gonna keep rising, and it's gonna keep getting hotter, and it's gonna keep busting y'all ass. The animals is gonna get on y'all ass. We're gonna get on y'all ass. Nature's gonna get on y'all ass. I don't know who y'all think y'all are to just learn something in school and run with it and then just think what they told y'all is true. The government lie about everything until it comes to this out of Africa story. Let's be 100. They ain't lying when it comes to this Africa story, but when it's everything else, they're the biggest liars and they're not to be trusted. I'm so confused, folks. Let's be 100. We know who we is. We copper. I'll show you. Man, quit playing with us, folks.
I ain't gonna lie, I want to see the pictures. I want to see the pictures. I gotta see them.
The vault, the back office, the record keeper. This makes State Street invisible but indispensable. You don't see them. But every transaction, every stock purchase, every bond trade flows through State Street's systems. They are the plumbing of modern finance. State Street also created SPDRs. State Street Global Advisors launched the SPDR S&P 500 ETF, ticker symbol SPY, in 1993. This was the first ETF. It now has over $400 billion in assets and is the most traded security in the world. State Street controls over $1 trillion in ETFs through the SPDR brand. And like BlackRock and Vanguard, State Street is a top 3 shareholder in everything. Microsoft, 4.3% ownership. Apple, 4.1%. Amazon, 4.7%. Berkshire Hathaway, 5.1%. Meta, 4.8%. Tesla, 3.9%. State Street is smaller than BlackRock and Vanguard, but they're a top 3 shareholder in 85% of S&P 500 companies. Combined with BlackRock and Vanguard, the big 3 are the top 3 shareholders in 90% of all major American corporations. But here's where the monopoly becomes unbreakable. State Street's largest shareholders are Vanguard at 7.8% and BlackRock at 4.5%. So Vanguard and BlackRock own State Street. State Street provides services to Vanguard and BlackRock. Vanguard owns BlackRock. BlackRock invests in Vanguard. State Street custodies assets for both. It's a closed loop, a triangle where each company owns and services the others. This is not just consolidation. This is fusion. 3 companies operating as one entity controlling $20 trillion. Let me make the cross-ownership explicit because this is how the monopoly works. Vanguard owns 7.9% of BlackRock. BlackRock owns 0% of Vanguard because Vanguard has no external shareholders. But BlackRock invests client money into Vanguard funds, making BlackRock one of Vanguard's largest customers. Vanguard owns 7.8% of State Street. BlackRock owns 4.5% of State Street. State Street provides custodial services to both Vanguard and BlackRock. State Street owns shares in BlackRock and Vanguard through its funds. All 3 companies vote each other's shares at shareholder meetings. All 3 companies share board members, executives, and advisors. This creates a situation where attacking one company means attacking all 3. If regulators tried to break up BlackRock, Vanguard would defend them because Vanguard owns BlackRock stock. If regulators tried to investigate Vanguard, BlackRock and State Street would oppose it because they depend on Vanguard's funds. The cross-ownership makes the big 3 anti-fragile. You cannot break up what owns itself in a circle. This is what Rockefeller's trust tried to do in 1882. But Rockefeller's trust was broken up by the Supreme Court in 1911 because it was one entity with clear ownership. The big 3 are 3 entities with circular ownership. And no regulator has figured out how to break that structure. Now let me show you what the big 3 control, not in theory, in practice, by industry. In technology, combined ownership in Apple is 22.4%. That's BlackRock's 7.6%, Vanguard's 8.2%, State Street's 4.1%, plus other big 3 funds. This is a plurality stake. No other shareholder comes close. The 3 largest institutional shareholders control over 22% of Apple. They vote as a bloc on board elections, executive compensation, and corporate policy. The same pattern holds for Microsoft, 20.5% combined. Amazon, 18.7% combined. Alphabet, 20.1% combined. Meta, 17.2% combined. Tesla, 14.7% combined. NVIDIA, 16.8% combined. In every major tech company, the big 3 control 15% to 22% of shares. This gives them control over board seats, CEO selection, and corporate strategy. Not one of them individually, but 3 acting as one. In pharmaceuticals, Pfizer, 22.6% combined ownership. Moderna, 14.2% combined. Johnson & Johnson, 21.8% combined. Merck, 20.4% combined. AstraZeneca, 18.7% combined. The big 3 are the largest shareholders in every pharmaceutical company. They own Pfizer and Moderna, 2 companies that competed to develop COVID vaccines, except they didn't really compete because the same shareholders owned both. Whether Pfizer or Moderna succeeded, the big 3 won. In energy, ExxonMobil, 23.1% combined. Chevron, 24.2% combined. ConocoPhillips, 26.3% combined. BP, 19.4% combined. Shell, 18.2% combined. The big 3 own 20% to 26% of every major oil company. They own the companies that supposedly compete. Exxon and Chevron don't compete. They coordinate prices. And their largest shareholders are identical.
Big homie explains why ICE is pushing up on the land, these terror cell organizations.
Administration, 40,000 ISIS and Al Qaeda workers and soldiers infiltrated the border. We just seen Afghani shoot National Guard. In Chicago, they found an apartment filled with C4 explosives, fire department uniforms, and police officer uniforms. This ain't about the guys hanging outside the Home Depot and the 7-Eleven. Our sovereignty is under attack because the Islamic State has been named as a organization. That's going to trigger attacks. In the Quran, it says, kill the non-believers. We have 40,000 Somalis who was using the unemployment system to send money back to Al-Shabaab, the same group. I'm just out there negotiating the freedom of children. That's what's going on in our country. So people talking about defund the police, and they talking about, oh, ISIS, all this. Man, bro, in our communities, you have terror cells operating, point blank, period. 40,000 Chinese nationals crossed the border. Then what do they find? They found a sim farm in New York where they had the infrastructure to take out 200 million phone lines. That's what's going on. Our national security has been...
I ain't gonna lie. He took it a different route. I took it with the 3-letter agency in the past video, and I said they gonna try to take our sovereignty and they gonna try to use it. But that was for entertainment. What I said wasn't true. He took it an angle that I didn't even think of it from that angle. But why I didn't? Because we went over, I know why. Because we went a different route when this presidential selection came. I thought that would have happened if Kamala had made it to president, not under Trump. You get what I mean? I would have thought they tried to take our, man, maybe I'm about to go too far. I would have thought that they would have tried to take our right to bear arms away and then add these sleeper cells in these communities and then take us over from the inside that way. Like on some Red Dawn shit, but instead of them flying in, jumping off planes like they did in that movie, they're already in our neighborhoods operating. They already know how it works, the lay of the land. And when it's time for them to go to war, they gonna just start kicking our ass. I didn't think of it from that perspective, but I should have. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts, bro. Is he on to something? Is he not? I gotta hear it, but I don't be wanting to go too far, so bear with me.
Check this out. Parasites in the gut is called IBS. Parasites in the liver is called. Parasites in the blood is called anemia. Parasites in the brain is called MS. Parasites in the hand is RA or rheumatoid arthritis. Parasites in the skin is called a rash. Parasites in the muscles is fibromyalgia. Parasites in the eyes is flashes and floaters. Parasites in your intestines is colitis. I worked as a laboratory scientist for about 15 years, and I studied parasitology, microbiology, hematology, chemistry, urinalysis, and a few other topics as it relates to human pathology. And I'm gonna tell you something that I noticed. In every specimen that I analyzed, there was always mucus or some creepy crawly. And I'm not just talking about worms. I'm talking about little creepy crawlies with antennas and multiple legs inside of our urine, inside of the saliva, inside of the spinal fluid. I've seen creepy crawlies under the microscope and a variety of body fluids that I have analyzed. And my question was always, how does a bug get inside of a human?
All right, so I was very hesitant on sharing this, but I feel like I'm gatekeeping if I don't tell y'all. So if you've been following me for a while, you know that I have a lot of prophetic dreams. I know how to travel to different dimensions. I've done it several times. I've talked about it before. I used to not be able to remember my dreams. Like, I would remember them as soon as I woke up, but they would go in a flash. Split second, they're gone. And my mom is an avid TikTok shop user. She be shopping. So she probably done helped a lot of y'all. But she bought this product. And I was like, Mama, why are you buying this stuff? It's not true. It's not real. She bought me one. She bought me a bottle of this Ormus 24 karat gold. I started putting 2 millimeters under my tongue every morning and every night. After 3 days, my dreams became so clear. I'm not kidding you. So clear. I mean, down to like every detail. It was almost like I was in a movie, and I remember my dreams completely. 100%. I remember all my dreams from beginning to end, every detail, everything. And I know it's this. This is the only thing I did different. It's the only thing I did different, y'all. So let me tell you what's in it. So it is colloidal 24 karat gold. It has monatomic minerals, dead sea salt, monk fruit, MCT coconut oil. That's it, y'all. That's it. And I really thought it was like BS. I'm not even gonna lie. I use it every single night, every single morning, and I'm almost out. Like, the bottle is dead ass almost empty. She already ordered me another bottle. I love you, mama. Thank you so much. But y'all, it works. I wouldn't say it if it wasn't true. And if you've used this, let me know your experience. But if you want to try it, I did link it below because I'm trying to put you on game. This shit work. It helps unlock this. It helps decalcify your pineal gland, and it helps open up everything else because, y'all, this world ain't just it. This time ain't just it. This life is not just it. And if you believe that it is, I feel bad for you. Try it and let me know. Report back.
Y'all know we made it to the end of this, and if you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7, and this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all. If you're watching on TV, whatever the case is, I wish it was smooth 7. Till I see everybody in the next one, y'all know what it is. We gone.
Ay, yeah, I just check my account. Sheesh, at the amount. You probably know